Welcome back to my YouTube channel titled Making Jam Easy with Daniel. In this video lesson, I'll be taking biology, hormonal coordination and endocrine glands. Now, first thing first is that you have to understand the meaning of hormonal coordination. You also have to understand the meaning of endocrine glands. Looking at endocrine glands, it's tracing us back to a system, because if you notice in biology, we start the classification from cells to tissues to organs to systems, and we have endocrine system, which we know as endocrine glands. And what does endocrine glands do? Endocrine glands, they produce hormones. But let me define endocrine glands right. Endocrine glands are glands that produce hormones which are secreted into the bloodstream directly. And note, they are ductless glands. Ductless glands. Yes, so they are ductless glands. And what are ductless glands? Ductless glands are glands that do not require a passage for transportation or for the secretion of the hormones or for the substance they produce. What do I mean? For instance, now we have another gland which we call the exocrine gland. This is it, exocrine gland. Now this is also a gland that deals with the secretion too of substances, of viscous substances, but this does not produce hormone. And this gland, which we call the duct gland, it requires a passage, but endocrine glands do not require a passage. That's why we call them ductless glands. They secrete their substances directly into the bloodstream. Now, what are hormones? Hormones are chemical substances. They are chemical messengers. They are produced and secreted into the bloodstream, transported into the body, that is, into their specific target organs to do their work. We have different hormones in the human body. We have animal hormones and we have plant hormones. But in this video, I'll be taking animal hormones. All these must be noted. So we have different hormones like the likes of the adrenaline, the likes of the estrogen, the likes of the oxytocin, the likes of the progesterone, testosterone, and the likes. But first thing first, I'll be taking the endocrine gland, because the endocrine glands produce the hormones. Now we have number one, the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Number two, the thyroid gland. Number three, the parathyroid gland. Number four, the adrenal gland. Number five, ovaries, testes. We have the pineal gland. So these are examples of the glands we have. Let me say it. Okay. So I'm starting with the pituitary gland. One thing you need to know about the pituitary gland is that the pituitary gland is the master gland. Yes, the master gland. It supersedes all other glands in the body. And the pituitary gland, we have two pituitary glands. We have the anterior pituitary gland and the posterior pituitary gland. The anterior pituitary gland and the posterior pituitary gland. Do not forget this. The pituitary gland, in case Jam asks you or White asks you, where is it located? It's located in the hypothalamus. You can say under the hypothalamus. Now, we have 6 hormones under this that are produced by the anterior part of the pituitary gland, and 2 hormones that are produced by the posterior part of the pituitary gland. I'll be listing them out. The first one is what? The ACTH. Now, this ACTH is the acronym for it. The full meaning of ACTH is what? Adrenocorticotropic hormone. Yeah, let me spell it. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. The second one we have is the FSH, which is the follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone. We also have the TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. We have the LH, luteinizing hormone. V, we have the GH, the growth hormone. And the last one, we have prolactin. These are the hormones produced by the anterior pituitary gland. And for the posterior pituitary gland, don't mind, I'm writing it here, which is your ADH, antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone. And we have the second one, which is what? The oxytocin. And let me explain. The ACTH, that is the adrenocorticotropic hormone. If you look at it, so this keyword here, cortico and this adreno, you'll be making us know the function. You know, biology is very simple, JAMB is very simple, examinations are very simple. Just have to learn it the right way. This cortico is making us go back to a word which you call corticoids. Corticoids, yes. And these corticoids are hormones, but they're not just any hormones. They are hormones. They are adrenal cortex hormones, because the adrenal gland here, like it has hormones. They call the hormones the adrenal hormones, and the adrenal hormones are grouped into two. We have the adrenal cortex hormones and the adrenal medulla hormones. The adrenal cortex hormones are called the corticoids. And now, since we're looking at adrenocorticotropic hormone, we obviously know that it is a hormone responsible that the adrenal cortex hormones are released into the body. Now, looking at follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone has different functions both in men and in women. In women is that so that the follicle, so that is that for adrenocorticotropic hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone is another hormone. It is actually, it's not like follicle, like it should be only be for women. But the shocking part is that it is found in both women and men. Now, in men, the function of that hormone is to cause the production of the sperm. While for women, is to make sure that the follicle in the body is ripe and produce ovum, which is now transferred to the fallopian tube for fertilization. Now, move down to thyroid stimulating hormone. From the word thyroid stimulating hormone, stimulating will make sure that something is done. So it's an hormone that is responsible to make sure that the thyroid releases and produces the hormone that's supposed to produce. Move down to L8, luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone in women causes ovulation, and in men, it makes sure that testosterone is being released from the testes. Growth hormone is another hormone that responds for growth, like your bone growth and your body growth. And then talking about growth hormone is that note this: undersection of growth hormone leads to what? Dwarfism, and oversecretion of growth hormone leads to what? Gigantism. Also, on that one, okay, that is when I'm talking about the thyroid gland. So prolactin now is another hormone too found in women. That prolactin is a hormone that is responsible for the production of breast milk in the breast. So that is what the function of prolactin. Now that is all for anterior pituitary gland. Move down to the posterior pituitary gland. That one just has two hormones, ADH and oxytocin. ADH, which is antidiuretic hormone, from the word diuretic, is leading back to diuresis, and diuresis is a kidney problem. So that is going to be talking about kidney. So antidiuretic hormone is a hormone that is responsible to ensure that the kidney does its work. And what is that work? Salt and water balance and for proper excretion. Oxytocin is now another hormone. What function of oxytocin? Oxytocin is an hormone that is responsible for the induction of breast milk. That is to make sure that breast milk comes out from the breast, like from the nipple. Do not mistake oxytocin and prolactin. Prolactin is for the production, oxytocin is like for the release. So that is it. And oxytocin is also a hormone that also helps too in childbirth. It helps in childbirth. Thank you and have a nice day. We'll meet in the next video lesson. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like, comment and share to your friends. Thank you.